The video started with my voice, not hers, mine, from a conversation over wine last February, clipped and softened. My words compressed beneath a glittery caption. When your best friend confesses this after 3 glasses of cab. Jenna's face appeared a second later, lips pursed, wide-eyed, pretending surprise. I mean, she said, laughing into the camera. How wild is that? My heart slowed, then stuttered. I actually thought he'd proposed that night. My voice said again, filtered, brightened, like the algorithm had polished the pain. You didn't ask permission, I whispered aloud, staring at the screen. A knock at the door broke the trance. I ignored it. The video was already at 284,000 views. The next sound was a text. Jenna, oh my God. Don't be mad. It's getting so much love. You were hilarious in that story. I didn't respond. 2 hours later, my phone buzzed again. Her face lit up the screen on a FaceTime ring. I let it ring out. Again. And again. Finally, she texted, Babe, seriously, you're being so weird about this. Everyone's obsessed. You should see the comments. I typed, deleted, typed again, then sent. You posted a private conversation without asking, and you didn't even change my voice. 3 blinked, paused, disappeared. You literally told me it was fine to use stories. You said you didn't care. I didn't say you could use my voice, my life, word for word. This time, no reply. I closed the app, sat on the edge of the couch, knees pressed together, palms sweating. When we were 19, she cried in my dorm after her father bailed on her birthday. I'd held her all night while she shook. When I told her, years later, about the miscarriage, and how I hadn't told even Eli, she'd held my hand in silence for a full hour. Now she was stitching those memories into punchlines. Another notification blinked. At the Junior posted a new video. Girl talk gets to real #BESTIE confessions. I watched her lean into camera. Okay. Follow up from earlier. Y'all won't believe what else she told me. I stood, pacing the room. The doorbell rang again. Louder. I froze. Open up. Her voice called from outside. Come on. You're being so dramatic. I opened the door just enough for her to see my face. She grinned. Jesus, I thought you died. Delete the videos. She laughed. Wait, seriously. Delete them. Jenna, you're kidding. Her smile faltered. It's not that deep. I opened the door wider. You used my life for content. You didn't ask. You edited it for laughs. She rolled her eyes. I always use stories. Everyone does. I didn't tag you. No one knows it's you unless you say something. That's supposed to make it better? She stepped inside without asking, brushing past me. You're overreacting. My DMs are blowing up. By the way, that clip hit algorithm gold. I followed her into the kitchen. She opened my fridge like she always had and grabbed a can of sparkling water. I watched her pop it open like we weren't standing in the debris of trust. You're seriously pissed? She asked, sipping. It's not like I exposed your credit card number. You said he ghosted you. I made it funny. You made it performative. It was already funny. You just don't know how to tell it. I stared at her. Her ease. Her audacity. I told you that story crying. I said. Drunk. In confidence. She leaned on the counter. You told me it was fine to use stories. I always do. You've known that forever. But not mine. Not like that. She shrugged. People like honesty. Vulnerability sells. My jaw locked. You commodified me. Oh my God. She scoffed. Get over yourself. Everyone's monetizing something. I stepped closer. I'm not your brand, Jenna. She rolled her eyes. This is why your socials are dead. You take everything so personally. It's content. It's not betrayal. I didn't flinch. Yes, it is. She stilled, the line finally hitting. You're serious? Yes. I thought we shared everything, she said quietly. We did, I said. Until you sold it. She blinked. Her smile tried to return. It's not like that. It's exactly like that. A pause. Her face hardened. Fine. I'll take them down. Good. But don't act like I'm some villain. You've told stories about me. Never without your permission. Another pause. Longer. I said I'll delete them, she muttered. And the audio? Jesus. Yes. Everything. You happy? No. She grabbed her purse from the chair. This is why I didn't ask. You're always so precious with your pain. I walked to the door and opened it. She stopped in front of me. You know, people loved it. They said you sounded so real, so relatable. I am real, I said. Just not yours to cure it. She stared. Something flickered in her expression, regret, maybe, or the moment she realized I wasn't going to forgive her this time. Then she left. No goodbye. I locked the door behind her, sat back on the couch. The video was still up. The comments were still coming. And for the first time in 10 years, I blocked her. You said, you are a cinematic fiction writer who specializes in intelligent, emotionally powerful revenge stories written in first-person POV with strong dialogue-driven scenes. I will give you a complete input block that includes section title, chapter summary, characters to focus on, word count. Your task is to write a fully fleshed out story chapter based on that input with the following rules. Point of view. Write in first person from the female protagonist's perspective. Let the narrator's inner clarity, pain, or strength come through naturally. No over-explaining dialogue. Priority. 60 to 70% of the chapter should be dialogue. Let characters reveal tension, shifts, and decisions through what they say. Dialogue must be realistic, emotional, and strategic. No filler narration. And description. Use narration only to support the emotional flow or connect actions. Use scene description briefly and only when necessary, preferably at start, end, or transitions. Keep everything tight, cinematic, and emotionally charged. Story discipline. No repetition. No padding or vague introspection. No long exposition. Every sentence must move story or emotion forward. Stay true to input. Follow the chapter summary's emotional tone and direction exactly. Show character evolution and emotional payoff in this chapter only. Don't assume or reference future scenes. Keep character consistency based on the description provided. Final requirement. The output must be exactly specified. Word count words. No more. No less. Do not explain, reflect, or talk about the writing. Just give the story text. Now here is my input block. Begin writing the full chapter based on it. Section 2. She knew what she was doing. Summary. I replayed the video frame by frame, parsing her tone, her expressions, the choice of anecdotes. She didn't just slip, she curated my pain for clicks. I'd shared those memories over red wine and candlelight, in trust. What unsettled me most wasn't the betrayal, it was how easily she performed it. Characters introduced. Development of Jenna Roth. Her duality. Warm confidant versus calculating. Content creator. Word count. 1,000 important. Strictly follow the word count. No mistake is acceptable, noted, Chakt said. I watched it again, this time with sound off. Her expression was calm, almost maternal, head tilted slightly like she cared. I remember she looked at me, Jenna said on screen, and said, if he doesn't call tonight, I'll take it as my sign. And I knew. Pause. Her eyes widened. He didn't call. She let the silence linger before smiling. She stayed up all night, she added softly. Didn't cry, though. Just stared at the phone like it was going to change. She blinked slowly. I'll never forget it. I paused the frame. That was the moment. The exact second she crafted the emotional hook. The doorbell rang. I didn't move. The chime repeated. Then a knock. I stepped into the hallway and opened it halfway. You gonna make me stand out here all day? Jenna asked. You already got your content. She exhaled, pushed her sunglasses up. Can I come in, or do I need a written invite? I stepped aside. She walked in like she hadn't just bled me online for dopamine. Want coffee? She asked, opening my cabinet. No. She pulled down a mug anyway. You watched it, right? I watched all of them. She turned. Okay, so, let's talk. I've done the talking, I said. You filmed it. Oh, come on. She waved a hand. It's not that deep. You chose those stories. They were mine too. No, they weren't. She lifted her chin. I was there. I lived them with you. You watched them happen. That doesn't make them yours. I didn't name you. You didn't have to. Jenna crossed her arms. You act like I leaked state secrets. It was a moment. One moment. You rehearsed it. What? I turned the laptop toward her, pressed play. She watched herself speak. That sincere pause. The tilt of her voice. How she teared up, just enough. You practiced that. She shut the lid. So what? I wanted it to land. It did. Like a knife. Jenna sighed. You're mad because people liked it. I'm mad because you used me. It wasn't about you. That's the lie you tell yourself. Silence stretched. She leaned on the counter. I didn't mean to hurt you. Yes, you did. Her eyes snapped up. Excuse me. You knew exactly what you were doing. You picked the saddest story. You made it palatable. You left out the parts that made it real. Then you asked for sympathy like you'd earned it. Her mouth opened, closed. You didn't just betray me, I said. You impersonated me. She swallowed. That's not fair. It's accurate. She paced. It's not like I sat down and planned it. You edited 3 versions before you posted. She froze. You changed the music, adjusted the captions, added a filter. To your tears. Her voice dropped. You went through my drafts. I looked at what was public. You left your editing history visible on one reel. She turned away. Jenna, I said quietly, why did you pick that story? She faced me again. Because it's the one people relate to. You mean the one that makes you look good? No. Her voice faltered. I mean, maybe. There it is. She stepped closer. Look. I panicked. Okay. Engagement was down. I needed something real. I didn't think. Yes, you did. She hesitated. You think I'm heartless? No, I said. You're strategic. That's not a crime. It is when the currency is trust. She pressed her palms to the counter, breathing shallow. I thought it was okay. You didn't ask. I thought you'd be proud. I blinked. Proud. It resonated. People commented that it helped them, that they felt seen. And did you feel seen? She stopped. Because I didn't. I said. I felt exploited. Jenna's voice was small. I didn't think it would break us. That's the part I'm still processing. I said. How little you had to think. She opened her mouth, closed it again. I'll delete them. You already said that. I mean it. I nodded once. Okay, she lingered. I didn't want it to go like this. It didn't go anyway. You drove it here. She stared at me. You really think I'm a bad person? No. I think you're a brilliant one. Her eyes filled. I miss when we were just friends. We were never just anything. She wiped at her cheek. You always knew how to gut me. You always knew how to film it. She flinched. That's cruel. No, I said. That's clarity. Jenna grabbed her bag and walked toward the door. I'll call you, she said. You don't need to. She paused. So that's it. For now. She looked like she wanted to say something more, but she didn't. She just left. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. I sat on the floor, laptop open, phone beside me, scrolling through a 6-year thread with Jenna. I could write a whole show about your breakups. I read aloud. July 2019. I tapped into the photos. There we were laughing in candlelight, wine-stained teeth. My eyes wet. Caption. Bestie knows all the drama, so she gets the whole bottle. 4,000 likes. I hadn't seen it then. Now it looked like foreshadowing. The screen lit up with a text. Eli: heard about the video. You okay? I stared at it. After 3 months of nothing. That was his opening. I called him. Wow, he answered, surprised. Didn't think you'd call. You texted. Didn't expect a call. You sent a sympathy emoji. Fair. I stood, walked to the kitchen. Did you know she was going to post it? What? No. I just saw it like everyone else. But you liked it. Pause. I didn't think it was about you. Really? I didn't look. It's been a weird few days. She used my voice. You sure? She clipped a voice note. You were in the same room when I recorded it. Silence. You laughed, I said. That was months ago. You said she'd never actually post that. I thought she wouldn't. You didn't stop her. I didn't think it was my place. I exhaled. It was your voice in the background. Doesn't mean I agreed. You didn't disagree. He sighed. You know how she is? Yes, I said. That's the problem. Okay, then what do you want me to say? The truth. She said you were fine with it. I wasn't. I know that now. But you believed her. I didn't want to get in the middle. You were never in the middle, Eli. You always leaned her way. I didn't mean to. You stopped calling after she visited last fall. She said you needed space. I froze. I never said that. She said you were spiraling, that you needed room. She told you that. He went quiet. She said you'd come back around. He added, quietly. I leaned against the counter. And you just accepted that. I was trying to respect your wishes. No, you were trying to avoid discomfort. That's not fair. It is. He exhaled. Why are we doing this now? Because I'm tracing the pattern. What pattern? She's done this before. With you. With others. She repackages people. That's a reach. No, it's not. He hesitated. She's complicated. She's strategic. He didn't argue. Do you remember New Year's Eve? I asked. When we broke the champagne glasses. No. Before that. When you told her about my dad. I didn't wait. She already knew. She posted about it the next day. Vague, but targeted. She said it was her own story. It wasn't. He groaned. God? Okay. Maybe I should have said something then. You didn't. I thought you two were closer than that. That's the illusion she's best at. He didn't speak. I pulled open a folder on my desktop, labeled Jenna Posts, Archive. I've been saving screenshots, I said. What? Posts, stories, captions. All the times she used other people's trauma as filler content. Jesus, I needed to see it laid out, in sequence. And what does that prove? That she's been rehearsing this for years. He sounded tired. So what? You're gonna cancel her? No, I said. I'm going to expose the pattern. Let her undo herself. You think people care? They will. He was quiet. You always were the long game type, and you always took the short exit. He swallowed. I miss you. No, I said. You miss what was easy. He didn't argue. I'm sorry, he said, double quotes. No, you're not. You're right. I waited. I don't know what I was to you, he said finally, but I didn't deserve your trust. You were a witness, I said, and you looked away. He whispered, I know. I ended the call. Then I opened the next file. Play the one where she talks about her dad. Jenna's voice came through, off camera. Then mine stiff, caught mid-thought. He didn't even come to the hospital. I sat there, 6 hours, waiting. Laughter real, unfiltered, unguarded. Laughter. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Keep that one, she said. People love that kind of heartbreak. The file ended. I didn't move. Then I played it again. It started with a Dropbox notification. Shared folder. Content_spring 22. No message. No context. Just a forgotten share from when I helped her organize brand assets. I clicked. Inside, 33 files, mostly image folders, a few video drafts, one labeled Vo Selects, private. I opened it. Clip after clip of Jenna trying different tones. Heartfelt, she labeled one. More casual, another. My voice echoed into of them. Same laugh, same command. I searched the folder. Another file, zoom_capture_04. I clicked. A video window opened. Jenna, in a hoodie, ponytail high, face scrubbed clean. I mean, she's always been low-key sad girl energy, she was saying, sipping iced coffee. But the kind that photographs well, you know? Off-screen voice. Like vulnerable, but aspirational? Exactly. She's the friend who'll cry once, and it'll be cinematic. I paused, hit rewind. She's the friend who'll cry once, and it'll be cinematic. My stomach clenched. I called her. She answered on the second ring. Hey, was just thinking about you. I found the Dropbox. Silence. You left the folder live. What folder? Vo Selects, private. Zoom_capture_04. All of it. A beat. That was old. Not old enough. I didn't know that was still shared. You laughed at me. I what? In the audio. I heard it. She didn't speak. You called me sad girl energy. Like I'm an aesthetic. That was taken out of context. You curated the clips like a director. It's not what you think. It's exactly what I think. Her tone sharpened. Okay, slow down. You're combing through private files now? They were shared with me. Accidentally. No. Carelessly. That's a reach. You edited me like content. You were content. At the time, I went still. I didn't mean shit, she said. I didn't mean that how it sounded. But you said it. It's how the industry works. I'm not in your industry. You're not in any industry anymore. I breathed in slowly. That's supposed to hurt. I'm just saying maybe that's why this all feels bigger to you. You laughed at my trauma. I was editing. I was detached. You told someone I photograph well when I cry. Jenna's voice dropped. It wasn't malicious. It was surgical. I was doing my job. No, you were gutting me for exposure. That's not fair. Then tell me what it is. She hesitated. It was a bad call. A pattern of bad calls. I'm sorry. You're not. I am. I didn't think you'd ever hear it. That's the real truth. Silence stretched. What do you want from me? She finally asked. Nothing. Then why are you calling? To let you know I heard it. All of it. And now I'm done grieving. She exhaled. So what, this is your villain origin story? No. This is where I stop playing the fool. You're not a fool, she said. Too fast. No. I'm a mirror. And you flinched. She said nothing. I ended the call. Then I deleted the audio from my desktop. But not before I copied it elsewhere. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. The files grew faster than I expected. Clips, captions, reposts. Jenna in 10 different outfits, retelling a dozen stories that weren't hers. Grief as genre, intimacy as bait. Each post labeled by date, type, and source. By day 4, I had 72 entries. By day 6, I had Kira's number. She picked up on the second ring. Hey, I said. It's me. A pause. I figured. You have a minute. For this? I have 10. I'm working on something. Kira exhaled. Involving Jenna. You're not surprised. No. I heard her stir a mug. You looking for blood? No. Just accuracy. That's rare. I think you knew before I did. I knew enough to pull away. That's all. She ever use your stories? Not mine, she said. But close. Whose? My cousin's. A breakup story. Jenna flipped the details. Called it a composite. I frowned. Composite. Her word. Said it was cleaner that way. I walked to my desk. Tapped the edge. I've been collecting proof. Drafts, edits, deleted comments. She'll spin it. I'm not posting anything. That made her pause. Then what are you doing? Sharing it, quietly. With the right people. Which people? Brands. Partners. The ones she relies on. Kira's voice shifted. That's smart. She built it on false trust. I'm just showing the seams. You know how they'll react. I'm counting on it. She went quiet. Then, you want help. I won't say no. Send me your doc. I will. I heard her sip again. You still have the audio? Yes. The one where she laughs at you and calls me cinematic sadness. Yes. She'll call it old. I'll call it a pattern. Kira made a low sound. Let me guess, she's already pivoting. Posting vulnerable captions. Preemptive damage control. Exactly. She did that before the last fallout. Used an old trauma to reset her image. She knows how to stay ahead. Then we time it behind her. Not loud. Just surgical. I paused. I thought you didn't get involved. I didn't, she said. Then she tried to pitch my work as hers. When? 2 months ago. To a brand she didn't know I'd already spoken with. Did it work? Not after I forwarded the call transcript. I smiled, faintly. Why didn't you say something? Didn't feel worth it. Until now. I opened the file. I want to mark the duplications. Show the overlaps. Want me to annotate? Please. Send it, she said. I'll clear the next hour. Thank you. I'm not doing it for you, she said. I know. I'm doing it because I hate liars. She calls it storytelling. She calls it a lot of things. I hit send. My favorite, Kira added, was when she claimed her friend ghosted her after cancer. Except the girl's alive and very online. I saw that post. She never deleted it. Just changed the caption. Sounds familiar. Kira was typing now. I could hear it. You going to confront her? No. Good. She wants attention. And you want closure. I want consequences. Kira hummed. You'll get them. She made sincerity her currency. Then, let's bankrupt her. I watched the cursor move as Kira's notes appeared. She'll know it came from inside, I said. She always does, Kira replied. I opened a new tab. Logged into the press contacts database. It was time. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. The email was short. Subject. Ray. Content verification. Jenna Roth from Thomas Caraway. Time. 6:12 a.m. Received and reviewed. We'll handle internally. Appreciate your discretion. No greeting. No sign off. Just impact. He responded 12 hours after I hit send. I hadn't expected anything until next week. 3 days later, he called. Ms. Tran, he said. His voice was smooth, clipped, East Coast educated. Mr. Caraway. I wasn't aware. You two were close. We were. And you decided to share this now. Why? Because your brand has her face on its homepage. He was quiet. I thought you might want to know what she's built it on. I've seen your file. Then you know. I see a curated pattern of inconsistencies. Recycled narratives. Some voice memos that suggest scripted empathy. She used stories that weren't hers. She sells sincerity. And she sold you lies. He exhaled. Why now? Because I waited for her to correct it. She didn't. No. He didn't type. I could tell. The silence was real. You have no financial stake in this. No. No contract with a competing influencer? No. Are you seeking compensation? No. He paused again. So what do you want? Integrity. Doesn't pay well. It pays enough. She'll claim it's an attack. She can claim anything. You're calm. I am. He nodded. I could hear it. You were in the audio. I was. She laughed. She did. That won't land well. It shouldn't. He finally shifted. We've had issues before. I'm aware. You were on the email chain during that recall. I was the one who caught it. That's right. He leaned back. You flagged the conflict with the sunscreen campaign. She was repping 3 competing brands and for months. I remember. She said it was seasonal variety. She said a lot of things. I waited. I liked her, he said. She's likable, but not reliable. No. He clicked his pen. You still consulting? Yes. Not for her, obviously. No. Would you? Depends on the brief. Ethics matter to you. They matter to your brand too. He chuckled once. You're sharp. I'm methodical. Difference? I don't cut corners. He went silent. What will you do with it? I asked. Evaluate. Internally. Quietly. That's what I counted on. She'll suspect you. She'll know. Not concerned. She bet on silence. She bet wrong. He didn't disagree. We'll pause upcoming activations, he said. She'll notice. She'll reach out. And she'll pivot. Apologize. Cry. She's done it before. I've seen it. But not like this. No, I said. This time it's layered. He closed something on his end. A soft thud. You were once friends for years. And now, I'm factual. He hesitated. If this goes public, it won't be from me. Still, if it does, she'll spin it. Then she'll reveal more than I ever could. Caraway exhaled. You're not vengeful. No. But you're precise. Yes. I respect that. I didn't need respect. I said, just accountability. You'll get it. He ended the call. No goodbye. Just the click of decision. The video had perfect lighting. Jenna stood in front of a bay window, sunlight wrapping around her shoulders like she summoned it. Okay, you guys, she began. Let's talk about mental health and boundaries. I turned the sound off. The caption read, "Not everyone deserves access to your story. Protect your peace." Comments trickled. A few hearts. No flood. I scrolled to the next post, another reel. Same window. New script. Grief isn't always loud, she said, her voice quivering. Sometimes it's a whisper. 3 comments. 1 emoji. 1 and 1 from at SKN Truths: Didn't you say your breakup was last year? Then another. I swear she told a different version 2 weeks ago, and another. Anyone else feel like she's just making these up now? I texted Kira. You seeing the comments? She replied instantly. They're starting to compare timestamps. I watched it unravel in real time. Her followers weren't angry. They were confused. Suspicious. Doubt had entered the algorithm. She posted again. That night, a photo, no filter. Her eyes read, caption: "Been a hard week. Just want to say thank you to those who hold space. The rest do what you need to. I'm still here." Comments. Still here for what? Exactly. But you said your grandma passed in March. This is April. Which story are we supposed to believe now? Kira texted again. One of the micro creators just posted a call-out thread. I clicked the link. Screenshots of Jenna's captions lined up against each other. Same phrases, different contexts. One about a miscarriage. One about a friend's betrayal. One about a panic attack. The exact same wording. Template trauma. Someone commented. She's recycling other people's pain like it's a Pinterest board. Then it hit mainstream. A TikTok breakdown video. When your fave influencer's vulnerability turns out to be copy-paste. Kira sent a voice note. That's 3 brands who've pulled their tags this week. One sent a statement saying values misalignment. She's losing control. Jenna went quiet for 2 days. Then a story went up, white background, black text. I've been harassed. I've been misunderstood. But I will never stop showing up. Comments were turned off. Then the DMs leaked. Not from me. Not from Kira. But someone she forgot to block. A message from Jenna to a follower. You people love tearing women down. I made one mistake, and now it's a witch hunt. Get a life. That spread faster than anything else. By the weekend, her engagement was halved. By Tuesday, she posted a poll. Should I take a break from socials? Options. Yes. Protect your peace. No. We love Yaudi. 2% didn't vote at all. Kira called me. She's flailing. She's running out of narrative. She's pivoting again. She's out of room. I opened her profile. She'd changed her bio. Raw. Real. Rebuilding. And below that, a link to a new Substack. Healing in Public. I didn't click it. I didn't need to. Asterisk 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 asterisk. The call came at 2:04 a.m. I let it ring once before answering. Hello? Her voice cracked immediately. I didn't know who else to call. Silence. I messed up. She whispered. Everything's falling apart. You sound surprised. I didn't think it would get this bad. I did. She sniffled. They're calling me fake. They're saying I lied about everything. Did you? Not everything. That's not a denial. I took pieces, okay. I stitched things together. You mean you fabricated? No. Her breath hitched. I told stories. They weren't yours. I didn't think it mattered. It mattered to me. I didn't name you, she said softly. You didn't need to. A pause. I was trying to make something meaningful. No. You were trying to make something viral. She exhaled, sharply. Why are you being like this? You called me. At 2 a.m. Crying. Because I don't know what to do. Try being honest. Just once. I didn't mean to hurt you. But you did. I didn't know it would go that far. I warned you. When? She asked. When did you warn me? Every time I flinched and you laughed. Every time I went quiet and you turned the volume up. I didn't see it. You didn't want to. You could have said something. I did. She went silent. I waited. You could have pulled me aside. She tried again. Told me before it got out of hand. I did. Her voice dropped. You're saying this is my fault. I'm saying it's not mine. A beat passed. Then. So you sent it. I didn't post anything. But you sent the emails. Yes. To Thomas. And others. She choked on a breath. Why would you do that to me? Because you did it first. That's not the same. No. It's not. I did it quietly. You betrayed me. I corrected the record. I said I was sorry. You said you were caught. I lost everything. No. You lost access. She started crying again. Louder now. You were my best friend. No. I was your inventory. That's not true. Your backup. Pain. Your relatable B-roll. I loved you. You loved the version of me that didn't need protection. I still love you. I stayed quiet. She sobbed. What do I do now? You start over. How? Without me, please. Don't hang up. I have to. Why? Because you'll turn this into content. A sharp inhale. You always do. She whispered. That's not fair. It's true. I never thought you'd do this to me. I never thought you'd do it first. Silence. Then. Why? Didn't you warn me? I did. I said. You just turned it into content. I ended the call. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Her first apology video was 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Hi, friends, she began. Eyes wide. No makeup. I want to take a second to address everything that's been said about me. I muted it after 15 seconds. The comments told the rest. So it's just vibes and tears now? Apologizing for how it made people feel isn't an apology. Imagine monetizing trauma and then crying when the check bounces. The likes stalled at 3,204. Her average used to be 50,000 by the next week. Glowhouse pulled her from their homepage. Then Ardent dropped the renewal clause. One by one, the big ones slipped away. Quiet exits. Subtle edits. Sponsorships untagged. Kira texted. Clean sweep. Forgone in 10 days. She tried again. New tagline. New series. Reclaiming my story. First. Video. A monochrome vlog of her journaling. They want me to shut up. I won't. The backlash doubled. At Bree writes, a micro-influencer she once dismissed as too earnest, posted a reaction. "Here's the thing," Bree said, cool and composed. "When someone makes their whole brand around empathy, but can't tell the difference between sharing and stealing, that's not storytelling. That's marketing trauma." It got 600K views overnight. Another creator stitched it. Then another. And another. Soon the term raw thing trended, slang for repackaging someone else's pain for clout. Jenna tried silence. A full week offline, her return was a Q&A. "What have you learned through this?" She answered, "Not everyone deserves my truth." Someone clipped it and added, "You mean the truth you borrowed?" I watched it unfold, line by line. Quietly, she deemed Kira. "You've always hated me." Kira didn't respond. She emailed Thomas, "This smear campaign is costing me everything. Please reconsider. We can fix this." He forwarded it to me. "Thought you should see. Her grip is slipping." She posted a final note on her Substack. Title: Stepping Away. Excerpt: "The internet is a cruel place. I need time to heal from what it's taken from me." No comments. No reposts. Just stillness. I went to her profile. The bio was gone. Just a blank photo. Username grayed out. The silence she once controlled had become her mirror, and she couldn't stand to look. The restaurant was tucked behind a florist, candles in every window. I arrived early. Kira was already inside, perched at the edge of a velvet banquette, hair pinned back, phone face down. "You look good," she said as I sat. "I feel present. That's enough." She handed me a menu, but I didn't open it. "Who's coming?" I asked. "You'll see." The table filled slowly, 5 seats total. First was Naomi Chen, a strategist at a media collective. Then Carmen Yu, co-founder of a small but respected beauty startup. Last came Lyra Halevi, a trend forecaster with a sharp mind and sharper earrings. No one mentioned Jenna, not once. Drinks were poured. Introductions made. Names exchanged like cards. Kira steered lightly, never forced. "So," Naomi said, turning to me, "you're the one who flagged that our scent campaign last year." I was. "The data piece was yours too." I nodded and she smiled. It was elegant, quiet but brutal. "I'll take that as a compliment." Carmen leaned in. "Did you really predict the scrub pivot before it hit TikTok? 6 months early. That's witchcraft. It's just pattern recognition." Lyra sipped her drink. "You work solo?" "I do now." "That's smart. Clean." Naomi nodded. "No brand overlap to muddy the pitch." I smiled. "Exactly." Conversation shifted. Campaigns. Influencer fatigue. The new weight of transparency. At one point, Lyra said, "People don't want polished anymore. They want proof." Kira caught my eye. Just a flicker of agreement. The server cleared plates. Desserts arrived. Cards were exchanged not digitally, but printed. Simple. Intentional. As we stood to leave, Carmen touched my arm. "You're sharp," she said. "I'm prepared." "Same thing," she said. "Let's talk soon." Outside, the air was cooler. The others drifted into cars. Kira walked with me to the curb. "You did well," she said. I listened. They noticed. Did she use to come to these? Always. What was she like? Loud? Charming? Dominant? And now? Forgotten. I looked back at the restaurant. She built her following fast, I said. She burned through it faster. We stood in silence. "Thank you," I said. "For what?" "For clearing the space." Kira smiled. "You filled it." My car arrived. I opened the door. She would have filmed tonight, I said. Kira nodded. You lived it. I got in. My voice hadn't been loud, but it had landed. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. I saw her near the corner of Fairfax and 6th. It was late afternoon. The light had softened into that golden hour brands used to chase with tripods and ring lights. She was standing outside a juice bar, clutching a tote bag with no logo, no phone in hand, no camera, no audience. She didn't see me at first, then she did. Her shoulders tensed, eyes flicked down. She didn't smile. I kept walking. Hey, she said, barely above a whisper. I turned. She stepped forward once, not close enough to breach space, but enough to signal intent. You look well, she offered. I nodded as she waited. Do you have a second? I don't. She hesitated. I just wanted to say You don't need to. I owe you. No, I said. You owe yourself. She exhaled. I think about it all the time. I didn't know what I was doing. You did. I was scared. You were strategic. She swallowed. I miss what we had. I held her gaze. I don't. She blinked fast. You don't have to be cruel. I'm not. This is what? Punishment. No, I said. This is peace. Her mouth opened, closed. I've apologized. You've performed apology. I've changed. I'm not here to validate that. So that's it. It was a long time ago. I said. It was 7 months. A lifetime. She looked down. Everyone left. They didn't leave. They saw. I see now. Too late. I wish you'd said something sooner. I did. She nodded once, slow. I'm not posting anymore, she said. I noticed. I took time off. I know I thought maybe we could start over. I stepped past her. Wait, I turned back. I'm not angry, I said. Then what? Indifferent. Her face shifted. That's worse. For you. She stood very still. Do I even exist in your story anymore? You were a chapter, I said. You're not the book. I walked away. She didn't follow. Asterisk. The agency office was sunlit and quiet, the kind of quiet that didn't require performance. Noelle Ferris knocked gently on the glass wall beside my desk. You good for 5? She asked. I nodded. Always. She stepped in, laptop tucked under one arm. I went through your draft. And it's clean, elegant, slightly sharper than they're used to. That's intentional. I figured. We sat across from each other. Noelle didn't fill the air. She let the silence breathe. They approved the concept, she said. All of it. With notes. Minor. Mostly semantics. What kind of semantics? They want empower instead of protect.